Hey everybody, I'm here with your August 2025 Hampton Roads real estate market update. The headline here is that we've got homes for sale. You have more homes now than you've had at any point over the last 5 years. In August, there was nearly 6,000 homes on the market, which is about a 20 to 25% increase than this time last year. So the bottom line is buyers finally have some options. So we'll get into the key numbers. We're going to talk about what this means for you as a buyer, and we're going to talk about what it means for you as a seller, and then we'll kind of see how the Hampton Roads area matches up to the nationwide real estate market. So in August, we had 5,800 homes for sale, again, highest since 2020. There was 2,200 homes under contract, which is slightly higher than last year. We had 2,300 homes sold, which is just above August of 2024. And our median home price was up about 5% compared to last year. So it was holding steady at 367. So that's comparable to July. So home prices still holding strong. Our days on the market were between 22 and 25 days on the market. So a little bit longer than they were last year, but still moving pretty quickly. And then our months of supply. So what does months of supply mean? That means if we stopped taking new listings today, that it would take 2.7 months for us to go through our current housing inventory. So a balanced market would be if we had 5 to 6 months of supply. We're currently at 2.7. So we're still firmly in a seller's market, but we definitely are trending towards a more balanced market, which is great. So what does this mean for you as a buyer? If you're looking to buy a home in Hampton Roads, what does this mean for you? It means that you have more inventory to choose from than you've had at any point since COVID. Homes are sitting a little bit longer, and so it's giving you a little bit more time to decide and to negotiate. You can do a little bit of research. You don't have to be sitting on a hair trigger ready to put in an offer on the first thing you see. And mortgage rates, as of today, mortgage rates were hovering around a 14-month low. So 30-year VA was at 5.7. 30-year FHA was at 6.0, and then a 30-year conventional was about 6.2 respectively. So that's great news for you as a buyer to take advantage of these falling rates. So the takeaway here for you, if you're in the market to buy, is to be prepared. Go ahead and get your pre-approval done. Be ready to put in an offer, but you don't need to feel rushed. You got some time to look at other homes, to look at multiple homes, and you don't feel like you need to jump on the first thing that you see. So let's move on to the sellers. So what does this mean for a seller? Pricing's still strong. So like I said, our average, our median sale price was $367,000 for August. They're hovering near record highs. Homes are still selling very quickly. They're not selling in a matter of hours, and they're not selling overnight, but they are still selling very, very quickly. And buyers have more choices. So your pricing and your presentation matter more than they've mattered over any time over the last 5 years. It's critical to price it right to begin with. We're not pricing high and hoping somebody comes in and gives you over asking price. We need to price it right from the get-go. And then, buyers are being a little bit more selective. So if you need to put some paint on the wall, go ahead and paint. If you've got some carpet that's seen better days, go ahead and put in some carpet. Before, 3-4 years ago, buyers were coming in, and if it needed paint, if it had holes in the walls, if the carpet was stained, they didn't care. Hey, we're just going to put in new carpet anyway. Oh, we had planned to paint anyway. They didn't care. They would take it. They didn't have any other choices, but now they do. So, if you've got dirty carpet, if your home needs some work, they've got 5,800 other homes to choose from. So, go ahead and take care of those things that you've been putting off, and really put your best foot forward. Like I said, it's more critical now than it's been at any time over the last 5 years. So the good news, if you're selling and then you're buying, you actually have more options for your next move. So, before, if you were selling and buying, you had to time everything just right and hope that there were no hiccups along the way. And that was super stressful for you as the client. It was also stressful for us as the agent to make sure everything just lined up just so. But now you've got some breathing room. You might be able to get a rent back, or you might still be able to line everything up just so, but you've got plenty of houses to choose from now than you did previously. So how does the Hampton Roads market stack up against the rest of the nation? So the national median price is around 420,000. And like I said, we're at 367. So not only are we below the national median price, we're actually below the median price for the state of Virginia. Obviously, Northern Virginia is the highest price homes in Virginia, but we're behind the Richmond market as well. So Hampton Roads still remains a pretty affordable place to find a home compared to the rest of the country and even the rest of the state. So nationally, we're seeing a lot of markets starting to cool off and balance, and we're starting to see that here. But there's a lot of markets throughout the country. In my conversations with real estate agents around the country, a lot of them are seeing homes that are sitting on the market for months. They're measuring days on market by months, not by days. So it's great. We're still holding strong here. So the key takeaway for this whole deal is for August is that the Hampton Roads market is starting to stabilize. Buyers have breathing room. Sellers are still getting strong prices. So if you're thinking about making a move, whether you're buying, you're selling, this is a great time to look at your options. So reach out to me anytime. I'll be happy to give you honest feedback and honest guidance on whatever stage of the process you're in. And I appreciate you watching. And so let me know how I can help you.